Welcome back, guys. So now, I was just saving this just to show this, but I got more power. This thingy. Anything else? That's fine. So yes, now all I did was I just kind of let it run through Blood Pool. I leveled up a few times just because they built the civilization. I went to Fillmore and did the same thing. So now I'm pretty much roughly done with this. I'll come back to Blood Pool. I'm gonna do this one right now, Cassandora. Oh, also since I just got the other magic, this one's way better, like by a lot, and you'll see why. Oh, actually, let me save the game on the off chance that my electricity goes out or something. It hasn't happened in a very long time. I'm just saying as a precaution, you know. I love this game, but I don't want to go through the same things over and over again. But yeah, so last two times, this playthrough, talking about not being better, right? Talking about focusing on the things that matter to you in your life. And yeah, I don't know. When I was younger, I used to, dude, I used to try really hard to make things happen a certain way, right? I'm a person that is, I wouldn't say I'm controlling, but I love having control of situations and of, like, yeah, I guess just situations in general, right? I've always been a person that if I couldn't control what's gonna happen, it felt like something was off. And I don't mean that in a like narcissistic or has to be my kind of way type of thing. I just mean that I would do my best to make things happen in the way that I thought was best for the situation, right? So let's say, for example, I had a best friend and this person liked someone, and I knew that person that they liked and they weren't good for them. So instead of me just letting them do their own thing and make their own mistakes, I would be like, hey, it's not a good idea because of this and this and this, and you shouldn't do it, and you're just going to end up hurting yourself or whatever. And the thing is that what sucks about a situation like that is that even though your intentions are good and you want what's best for the person, you're still trying to control them, whether you like it or not. And that's a very dangerous thing to do. Sometimes you have to let people just be themselves, and if it means they're gonna fuck up, let them fuck up. That's just part of life. And so for me, I feel like that's a big reason why I would be bitter or resentful sometimes. It's not because of something someone did to me, it's because of something someone didn't do that I told them about. So, okay, that didn't work. I'm not gonna get, there's a life somewhere here, but you have to risk your life to get it. Also, this music is good, right? It's the same one as Blood Pool, I think, but it's great. Well, just jump through everything. Boom. All right. You know what? Let me see if if I can get that life, because it's just for the point's sake. Yeah, it's right here. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Oof. I was about to say that I'm a lot better at this game than I give myself credit for it, and then that thing hit me, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna die, and then it didn't. So, anyways, yeah. So that's one thing that would really, I wouldn't hold resentment necessarily. It's just it would really upset me, you know. See, this is why this one's really good. It's just like a star storm type of thing. Ah, the other one just kind of shoots fire from the sides. There, it's done. Easy. Easy. But yeah, and that was me. That was my situation. I'm a fixer. I'm a person that likes to fix situations. I'm also a person that likes to make the best decision possible. I don't like to act ignorantly. So ever since I was a kid, since as long as I can remember, I was always learning about environments and situations and people, and I would try my best to read them and understand what the hell's going on. And because of that, as I got older, I would do my best to help my parents with their situations. I would do my best to help my sisters with their situation. Of course, I would try my best in my situation. Honestly, it feels a little bit harder when you're dealing with your own shit, which is kind of funny. Because, I don't know. But the point is that I would always try to... I would always just try to make things better than what they were. That's it. That's all it was. It wasn't even necessarily about them listening to me. It's just, I'm like, this is a situation. Can it be better? And if the answer is yes, then great. And if it can't, then well, that sucks. But that's life, you know? And so I was a big person. I was really big on optimization when I was a kid. And by that, I don't mean that in a mathematics term. I just mean that in a life situation. So, hold on. Let me see if I have wheat. Damn it. Alright, I need to go back to blood pool. No, not use. I want to take. Yeah, give me that and give me the wheat. And then I think if I do it again, it'll give me another wheat. Let me check. Yeah, cool. Go back here, and then there we go. Now they have wheat. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, so I was really big on optimization. And I noticed it in video games too. So sometimes whenever I would do something, I'm like, okay, what's the best way of doing this? It's kind of like, you know, like with Mega Man X. If you've played Mega Man X, you have a way of going about fighting the Mavericks, right? You're like, okay, first I fight Chill Penguin because I get the boots, and then after that, I think of it in two ways. I'm like, either you go to Storm Eagle so you can get the next ability, or you go to who is it, Spark Mandrill, because of the ice, because he's weak against Chill Penguin's ability. And yeah, and it depends on by person, right? But that same idea of like, oh, this is the best way, the best route to take with this, or like even with GPS, you know, it's like you put into your GPS like, oh, I'm heading this way, so what's the best way to get there? That's an optimization situation, and that's what I'm talking about. I've always been big on optimizing things, on doing things the best way possible, and it's hard to do everything right or the best way possible, because life is all about learning and making mistakes and not making them in the future and that kind of thing, you know? Shit. There we go. There we go. But yeah, I don't even know why I was talking about this. I know I was talking about control and all that stuff, but the whole thing with that is just, oh, it's because of the whole bitterness. So the reason I mentioned that and my situation with it is because you have to understand that you probably have tendencies of like, hey, I tend to do this in a situation where these things are happening, and then you have to learn to be like, you know what, I have to let those things go. So for me, it was very hard to come to terms with the fact that I can't make everything happen for my family. My family would make their own mistakes, and I just had to be okay with it. And I don't mean be okay with the fact that they're making mistakes necessarily. I just mean be okay with the fact that they might not know what's best for them sometimes, and they might make stupid mistakes. And I feel like I was a smart one growing up in my family, and so it was really hard for me to see my family make mistakes that I thought were like a little trivial. And then in another sense, I also didn't understand because, you know, I wasn't living their life, so I don't know what the hell they were really going through or anything like that. But yeah, it's important to let go of things. That's all I'm really trying to say. I mean, I've been saying it for the last 2-3 episodes now, right? But the thing is that sometimes a simple concept, as simple as it sounds, it takes a few times, like, of you either hearing it or like experiencing it in some kind of way for you to really like, for it to like kind of settle and for you to really internalize what the hell it means. Because that's how it is for me. I mean, let me put it this way. There was a point a few years ago where I would... Hold on. Ooh, okay. Where I would try to... I would try to be happier. Like, that's simple of an idea, right? I would try to not let things get to me, and I would just try to have a good day. And the hard thing about it was that I couldn't control everything that happened in my environment, right? So whenever I had a bad day, or not necessarily a bad day, but whenever a bad situation came up, I would by default have a worse day than I should. And I would try to let it go, you know, but sometimes the feeling is just sitting there, and I get that, and it's hard to just immediately let it go. And so I really struggled with that, and I'm like, how is it that someone stays so positive even when things are shitty? Because I've seen those people, I've met those people. They're very fun to be around, and they're positive most of the time, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to be. Like, why is it hard for me? I'm not gonna say why can't I be like that, but why is it hard for me to let things go and to just be happy, you know? And I think the best solution I came to for that situation was, it's not that, how do I say this? It's not that I can't be happy. It's just that I have to get used to it. So what I mean by that is, hold on. It's kind of hard to build this stuff, and let's see if it'll do it. Yeah. Let me build up real quick. There we go. It's something that you have to kind of make a habit out of. So being happy or having a better day or being able to let things go, it's not something that is just gonna happen. It's something that, especially if you're not used to it, it's something that you have to train your mind to be like, oh, I'm okay, everything's fine. You have to first tell yourself that, and then over time you're actually gonna start to believe that, and then over time it's actually gonna start to like be real, to feel real. So I might have mentioned this, I think I mentioned it in some other episode, but when I was depressed, I was going to UCLA and I was depressed when I was there. And I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go out of my room. I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to go to my classes. Nothing whatsoever. Even if it was something fun, I didn't care. I just didn't want to do anything. Hopefully that does it. Yeah, I thought so. There we go. That'll work. But yeah, and so what I would do is I would watch One Piece because I love that anime, and I watched it from like the beginning again. And hold on, give me one moment. Sorry about that. One of the things that what the fuck was I saying? Oh, One Piece. Yes, thank goodness I remembered. So one of the things I would do is that whenever a part would come up that I would normally think was funny, I would laugh, and I would force myself to laugh. And so it was a logical conclusion that I came to. I'm like, okay, in my head I told myself, I'm like, hey, this part is funny. I would laugh at this normally, so laugh. Of course, I didn't feel like laughing because I was depressed. I felt bad. But what I ended up doing is I would force myself to do the physical laughter, like to do the physical part of laughing. Because laughing is kind of unconscious. It kind of just happens. It's like, I mean, in my experience, right? It kind of just happens like that. I don't know how people feel about laughter, but that's how it would feel to me when I see something funny, I start laughing. I don't really like think about it. I don't really process it. It just happens. But in that moment, I'm like, okay, I don't want to laugh. It just doesn't come to me right now. And so, yeah. Oh, by the way, pro tip: whenever you play this game, if you ever play this game, whenever you get earthquake, use earthquake on places. It'll destroy a lot of them. It won't destroy some of them, and then when they rebuild, they'll rebuild with the newer, stronger buildings. So I'm gonna do that with Bloodpool and with Fillmore later. But yeah, they'll build better buildings that will lead to more people. Blah blah. Whatever. Point is, I did that with One Piece. And I had to trick my mind to do that. And it's the same thing with being happy. It's the same thing with anything, like getting rid of those negative feelings. You have to kind of trick your mind and trick your body into believing that things are good. Even if you internally feel like they're not, you have to kind of get into that habit. Anyways, I kind of went a little bit over time. But thank you for watching. I hope you get something out of this. Don't get stuck in your thoughts of like, oh, this is what's happening, and this is the way it is, and this is the only way it can be. You can get out of a situation if you really want to. You just have to figure out how to do it. Okay? All right. Have a great day, guys. Be safe. Be happy. Be positive. Live life to the fullest. All that good stuff. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.